I only watched her school play. Today, I'm producing it. I think lots of things have changed for the better in our family.
What has changed, without any question, is that ads no longer show women as though housework and domestic chores are the focus of their lives and the main way in which they get rewards as people.
I remember when I just ran the kids to school. Today I'm helping run the athletics team. Now that's a change for the better.
What hasn't changed, if you like, and maybe for the right reasons, is that most washing powder ads still show women rather than men, and that is simply because most women still do the washing.
Occasionally, men were shown helping out around the house, but there was always a carefully signposted justification for it. Giving her a broken limb of one sort or another gave him permission to do the cooking. But advertising was treading on what for it was dangerous territory.
If you showed a man in a pinny in the kitchen, you could actually turn off a lot of women who automatically thought he was a wimp. I remember we did an ad for Cadbury's Dairy Milk where we had a chap washing the kitchen floor because his wife was in bed because she just had a baby. Some people missed the crib in the corner of the room. What a lazy so-and-so she was, and what a wimp the husband was, waiting on her hand and foot, and didn't identify with the situation at all.
Unperturbed and ever keen to appear modern, several advertisers in the 80s continued to experiment with role reversal. The excuses were no longer necessary, but the device was still controversial.
If men and women swapped their traditional jobs...
Hello, darling! Here, what are you doing tonight, then?
Cooking. Same as last night.
The men would soon stop dreaming of new cars and start dreaming of a new cooker. The new Creda concept, for example. So, they'll have a delicious meal waiting for the breadwinner.
Hello?
I'll be late home tonight, darling. Just going to play darts with the girls. I think in the case of role reversal, this is one of the very few instances where advertising has actually taken it upon itself to lead society. But then, equally, so were a lot of other media. I think there was a supposition that if women went out to work, then actually they would have to be role reversal. I mean, I think they just didn't assume that women continued to take on all the things on their shoulders that they always had. In fact, of course, they do. So I feel that advertising was leading it, and then when it actually did put it on the small screen, I think women felt that that was not their reality, and they had absolutely no identification with it.
Hello, Mum, I'm back.
Hello, Pat.
If role reversal didn't work, a new realism did. The price paid was that she stayed in the kitchen.
That smells good. I'm starving.
All right, you.
The new Persil mum took as much pride in the family's wash as ever, but she refused to be taken for granted.
Right then, I'm off.
Bye, Pat.
You find that stuff?
Stuff? What stuff?
Well, I left a few things.
Oh, that was yours.
Aye.
Filthy. I thought it was to be thrown out.
Hey? Are you joking? Well, that was all me stuff, me kits, everything. Mum.
Oh, well. Lucky I washed it then, isn't it?
Advertising had made what for it was a startling discovery.
Stop being so silly.
Family life was grim. Until then, it had almost been taboo for the advertising family to resemble the real one.
Ask your father if he's joining us.
Mum said, are you joining us?
I think that means yes.
Oxo's new family, born of careful research with consumers, was different.
Potatoes, darling.
The researchers did something quite clever. They said, if I was to say family or family life to you, what things come to mind, first of all? And of course, what you got was, the grind, drudgery, grief, arguing.
What do you know?
Washing up, isolation, tired, squabbling, making food, getting them to eat it.
Leave it alone.
I suppose in general, women thought that family life averaged out at happy. But it was only an average, and it was made of lots of ups and downs. And you didn't really appreciate the good bits until you compared them with the bad bits. I mean, one woman described it as war and peace, basically.
My Christmas by Alison. I got a lovely new dress, and Mummy loved me in it. And Nick got a super pullover.
That's nice, dear.
With a puppy on it. And Grandpa played Jingle Bells again, just like last year. And Jason got a smashing present that made everybody laugh.
What's this?
And Daddy did a terrific magic show. And everybody had the most wonderful Christmas ever. And Mummy made the gravy.
The current OXO mum is the state-of-the-art superwoman. Society demanded her. Advertising delivered.
Working late, dinner in oven. Start without me. Tuesday.
Juggling the demands of home and work, she evidently works harder than anybody else. Knows it, but accepts it. She's grown so accustomed to her lot, and such is her resilience, she ceases even to complain.
Good job there.
Say please. On your leg.
I am starving.
How's the casserole?
Oh, that good. I think the demands on women are getting more intense and more contradictory, and there is less and less time to meet any of them. You cannot be the perfect wife, mistress, career woman, mother. There just isn't the time to do it.
Excuse, Mum, we're hungry.
I feel that there is going to come a point in the not too distant future where women will actually have to sort of start to actually change the situation. This could be very positive.
Mum, oh please, Mum, I'm going and he'll be here in a minute. Oh, Mum, please. Thanks, Mum. Can I have the, key?
But it would obviously going to go through a very bad time before then when one or other of those roles just start to give way. And women will either retreat into the home or else, in fact, they will start to minimise the demands of certain roles, like being a parent. Or, in fact, couples will just be shared mortgages without any kind of relationship together.
Any danger of being fed? Oh. Actually, I won't have the prawns. I'll have the whitebait. No, hang on. I'll have the trout.
What's going on? Well, you lot treat the place like one, so I thought it might as well look like one.
Princess, be prepared.
But if they reach a kind of snapping point, I would have thought the snap for most women is going to be against the career and in favour of the home.
What did you say your dad did? Landscape gardener. And on Saturdays, he does archery. Archery? My sister plays tennis. And on Saturdays, she works in the shop. So what does your mum do? I don't think Mum does anything. Help yourself.
You don't get thanks for everything you do.
Come back here, you two.
But you know why you buy Flora margarine.
A phrase has been coined in the United States that we are returning to an era of neo-traditionalism. What this means for advertising and for women's roles is that women are going to be allowed to be back in the home. They're going to be allowed to only fulfill their traditional roles. The advertisers, I'm sure, will pick up on this. It will be implied that one could have done something much more exciting, but one chose to stay in the home. And as back in the 50s, when women were willing accomplices to being forced back into the home, I think in the 90s they will again be willing accomplices because the 80s proved just too much for them to bear.
Mummy made the gravy.
Do the shake and back and put the freshness back.
Do the shake and back and put the freshness back.
When your carpet smells fresh, your room does too.
Every time you vacuum,
remember what to do.
Do the shake and back and put the freshness back.
Do the shake and back and put the freshness back. Tweet, tweet.
Tweety, tweety,
Ooh,
tweety.
you do the shake and back and put the freshness back. Works on rugs too.